Let's begin.
I will take you as my own people, and I will be your God. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God, who brought you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians.
All right. Next verse. Read the chapter and the verse.
Chapter 7, verse 5. And the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord when I stretch out my hand against Egypt and bring the Israelites out of it.
Okay.
Chapter 7, verse 17. This is what the Lord says. By this you will know that I am the Lord. With the staff that is in my hand, I will strike the water of the Nile, and it will be changed into blood.
Okay.
Chapter 8, verse 10. Tomorrow, Pharaoh said. Moses replied, it will be as you say, so that you may know there is no one like the Lord our God.
Okay, who over here? Okay, go ahead and read yours.
That you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Egyptians and how I performed my signs among them, and that you may know that I am the Lord.
Okay. Greg, let me get you over here.
14:4. I will harden the Pharaoh's heart, and he will pursue them, so that I will gain glory for myself over Pharaoh and all his army, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, and they did so.
What? Over here, Keith.
Chapter 8, verse 22. But on that day I deal differently with the land of Goshen, where my people live. No swarms of flies will be there, so that you will know that I, the Lord, am in this land.
Okay.
Chapter 9, verse 14. For this time I will send the full force of my plagues against you and against your officials and your people, so you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth.
Did I miss anyone? All right, what was that phrase used over and over again? That you will know, or they will know, that I am the Lord. Now here's the interesting thing here. The Egyptians made a god out of everything. If you look at any Egyptian history on the Discovery Channel or the History Channel, they made a god out of everything. The Nile River, the Nile River was a god. Twice a year it would overflow its banks, and it would water all of their crops and cause them to have fertile crops. So they looked at the Nile River as a god. They had a frog god. I think his name was Heck, Heck, the frog god. Can you believe that? A land god, a storm god, a bird god. Of course, the ultimate god sitting at the top of the pantheon and of all the gods was the mighty Amun-Re, represented by what? The sun. Now notice what happens with each of the plagues. Each of the plagues strikes one of the Egyptian gods. What's the first plague against? What does it strike? The Nile River. The waters become polluted. All of a sudden, God is no longer blessing their crops. God is polluting them. God, what's wrong with you? And then on and on. Frogs. I mean, there's this multiplication of frogs, and then they die, and then there's this awful stench. So now God stinks. There's the bull god. Each of the gods that the Egyptians trusted in, each one was confounded. Now, here's a picture that I've often used. You ever watch any of that WWF wrestling? I don't, okay? I don't. But I can remember back when I was small, you remember guys like Johnny Weaver and Skull Murphy and those guys. You remember Pat's laughing? Okay,
George Becker.
Yeah. There you go. You remember the tag team matches? Okay. Well, when I read this story, I think of a tag team match. In one corner, you have Yahweh by himself. In the other corner, you have all the gods of Egypt in a tag team match. And so, one by one, as they go to war, one by one, God defeats, humiliates, and confounds each of the Egyptian gods. So when the smoke clears, all of the Egyptian gods are lying on the canvas. Now, the very last plague, of course the last one was the death of the firstborn, but the ninth plague did what? Darkness. Even the mighty Amun-Re is no match for this God. Now, let me show you something. Look with me at chapter 15, verse 11. When it's all over, notice that the people actually got the message.